Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's Marc Headley here. We've also got my wife Claire.
Hello.
It's been a while, guys. It's been a while since we've done a live on our channel. We've been very, very busy. I hope you guys have been enjoying all the Where is Shelley Miscavige videos that Claire's been putting out. And then also, haven't you been doing the lives with Amy as well on
Yes, Wednesdays, which of course tomorrow we have more SP business that's interrupting our weekly scheduled activity. So I have to apologize to Amy on a frequent basis, but Matt's going to fill in for me for tomorrow, her husband.
Oh, good. Perfect. Matt's perfect. Yep. He's awesome.
He is awesome.
I realized we were messing with stuff and we lost our crackers. There we go. We got to put our cracker logo back up there.
Can't do life without crackers, honey.
That's right. We got to have our SPTV. Welcome back to SPTV. The SPTV network has grown considerably in the last few months. Yeah. So we got cooking channels and crafting channels and wrap-up shows. And I've been away on a project probably for the last 3 weeks out of town. And I didn't bring any of my recording equipment or anything. I really was just doing the work I needed to do there. But I tuned into some crazy videos that people were doing on all different channels. And I thoroughly enjoyed myself and just kind of ran amok in the chat with Goldie and all the folks, all the the frequent flyers. There's a lot of people that no matter whose channel you go to, you'll see there's at least, I'd say, I don't know, between 5 or 10 people that you're most likely going to see a handful of them in any one video you go and watch. So
absolutely,
we love that there's a community of people watching, and we are getting a lot. I'll tell you this, guys, we are getting a lot more Scientologists that are watching this channel. People that are never ends or under the radar.
I talked to 3 just today.
Really, you did?
Yes.
Yeah. So you got these people that are related. They're never ends, but they're related to somebody that's in Scientology.
Oh, I was talking about people still in.
Well, no, I know, but then they tell us, oh, she's not really in, and they kind of out their relative that's a Scientologist, but that's not really being a Scientologist anymore. So they know this under the radar thing, and then we just have a ton of people that are like, they might have gone to course a few months ago, or they went to an event a while. They're kind of still in, but they're finding out a lot of stuff that they always. So this is the thing in Scientology: you're always wondering about certain things, or there's rumors about things, but you can't really ask. You can't be like hitting the streets asking people questions. If somebody happens to give up some info, then you'll get some. But otherwise, you can't kind of solicit gossip in Scientology about Scientology. Other Scientologists and stuff is whatever. But you can't really ask somebody if they're still in Scientology. If you're a Scientologist and they're a Scientologist, that's a big red flag.
Yeah, it's like wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Fight Club kind of thing.
Yeah. So you talked to some people like that today?
Yeah, in fact, one of them said that they wanted to just get the message out to people still in Scientology that OSA is so behind that it's actually much easier to leave Scientology now than it was before. Like, obviously, you know, for us, we worked at management, they've harassed us, all this and that and the other thing. But your general average Scientologist, just walk away, call us, we'd love to talk to you. It's much easier these days to get out than one might think.
Yeah, it really is.
A message brought to you from the inside.
Yeah, there's no amount of OSA people that can keep up with all the stuff that's going on now. You know, we've been doing this series on this channel called the Spy Files, and the Spy Files have really expanded since I started doing the series. So when we first started doing the series, we had this folder and it had a bunch of other folders in it, and one of the folders said Headley. So we got sent that folder, and that's really the folder we've had for a few years now, I guess. Let's say a few years, a couple years, several years. And it was all the documents from Office of Special Affairs, that's Scientology's Dirty Tricks Department. It was from the Office of Special Affairs detailing out how they plan to ruin our lives. Okay. So this was always a wild thing, and we always had these, and there was not really anything I could figure out what to do with them. And then when we started doing some more stuff on the channel, this Blown for Good channel's been around since 2008, by the way. And we just had different videos up here. We finally started doing some in-person live videos and pre-recorded videos and putting them up. And we figured we'd go through the spy files, and we just kind of explain them. And in the process of doing that, we realized that there's a lot of terminology in these things. There's a lot of different players and stuff like that. And so you can't really just give the files to somebody and they understand them. You have to decipher them. So we've been creating a cipher for these spy files, which is a glossary. It's a few different things. It's a glossary that has like Scientology and some OSA specific terms. Like when they collect your garbage, they call that special collection. So whenever they say
D-line.
Or D-line, which means dustbin, the D-line. Anyway, so when they say certain things like that, special collection will happen next Thursday. That means when they're going to steal this guy's garbage or collect it or buy it from the garbage guy, however they get it. And so we've been creating that. The other thing we've done is as we go through the files, we found that there were folders that didn't seem to have anything in them. But then when we started digging in these folders, we found more documents, and we found more folders even. So where we just had our files, when we started looking throughout all the other files, there's an upwards of 5,000 individual documents in hundreds and hundreds of folders and subfolders and subfolders. And it looks to be about 40,000 pages of documents, internal Scientology documents. And at first we thought they were just going from the Office of Special Affairs up to what is called the Watchdog Committee, or to RTC, Religious Technology Center, chairman of the board, David Miscavige, Captain Little Davy, the South Pole elf, Little Davy, the Keebler King, whatever people are calling him these days.
Whatever suits your fancy.
And so a lot of these documents we thought were just between these two. But now we found out that all of OSA's internal policies are in these documents. So like the literal policies that were written for the Guardian's office, when L. Ron Hubbard was still around, those are the policies that OSA operates off of to this day. They're called OSA network documents now, but they were the Guardian office playbook, and now it's the Office of Special Affairs, or OSA playbook. So we found all of those. We found all of there's certain things when something happens in Scientology and David Miscavige speaks of it, or he writes to somebody about it. Whenever he sends something to somebody, anyone in Scientology refers to that as chairman of the board, traffic. Okay, so anytime he sends a dispatch or sends something in writing or meets with you, it's considered that you have gotten some COB traffic. I don't know, because maybe he sends so many dispatches, it seems like everyone's stuck in traffic there. I don't know why they call it traffic. I've never understood that, but that's what it's called. It's called traffic. So anytime David Miscavige speaks about something, this is bringing back memories for Claire. Anytime David Miscavige speaks about any certain thing, like if he's talking about how these books should be made, then if you're the person making books, one of your jobs is to get all of the COB traffic that has to do with what he said on how this book should be made. There's documents in there of everything that David Miscavige has ever said about the internet, compiled into one single document. And I will tell you guys, these documents, that's just one of these types of documents. And there's a program, this is one of my favorite things ever. There's a program, we may have covered this in another video, I can't remember if we have, but it is a program that Mike wrote with another guy, Mike Rinder wrote with another guy. of how they're going to handle the internet. And one of the first targets on their program to handle the internet, like to take over the internet for Scientology, one of the targets early on is to get access to the internet, to like write a proposal so that they will be allowed to use the internet. Anyway, there's all these ridiculous programs from the Office of Special Affairs and for Religious Technology Center and David Miscavige, and it's all their internal dealings with. And there are some documents in there where he is really upset with the people that he's writing to, and you can tell because of the things that he's writing in the document.
You think upset is really a term that describes it? I would say apoplectic is way more appropriate.
For sure. It's hard to tell through the document about the severity, but he's definitely not happy, and he knows he can't write it into a document, but he's going to write as much as he can in these documents. The width and breadth and depth of these documents is becoming more and more clear. And now that I'm sending them to the people that have been targeted, now there's so many that once we find a document that we knew there was let's say 20 different people that were targeted. We've known them, that we know they were targeted. We just assumed they'd have documents. And when we searched their name, we found it. And then we've sent, most of those people have been sent their documents. Like Marc Fisher in the comments, I can see he's saying, Mark, thanks for my documents. Yes. Hi, Mark. Thanks for joining us.
Yes,
yes,
hi,
and I
Mark.
did send Marc Fisher his documents. I sent Janice Grady her documents. I sent Stephen David Turetsky his documents.
Yeah.
There are a few people, if you think you've got documents and I haven't sent them to you, then drop me a line and I'll search them for you. But there are a lot of other people that we're kind of, as we review the documents, there's 40,000 pages of documents. So, excuse me, we haven't read them all. That's the craziest thing. We haven't even read them all. We don't know what other crazy documents there are because we haven't read all the documents. And every time we think we found a one that's amazing and it's going to blow the socks off something, we send it to as many people as we can. And then the next day we find two more that are twice as crazy as the last one. So there are a lot of documents.
Yeah, and we do now have confirmation that the part about understanding the language that's in these documents is so important to help law enforcement to do their job.
Yeah. So there have some of these documents have been turned over to law enforcement. And not a lot has happened with them based on that we know of. So the reason that we are creating a cipher so that you can translate these documents, that is one of the main reasons. So that law enforcement, attorneys for a lot of these people that they're targeting, journalists that are going to do a story with these documents, we're trying to create that cipher so that all those people can productively use these documents. We are working with different other channels besides ourselves. When I say channels, I don't mean like a YouTube channel. I mean like an information channel. So yeah, in a way, but people that are in the media or familiar with certain things, we're working with those types of people. We are working with attorneys. We're working with law enforcement. So we are doing as much as we can and getting as much feedback from them so that we can more understand what they need and explain to them what these documents are. Did I miss anything, Claire? Does that pretty much makes
that covers it? Yep.
So the reason I haven't done, people keep emailing. I see the comments, I see the emails, I see stuff on Twitter here and there when I waste my time and get on there. But when I go on there and people ask me about the spy files, it's bigger than just my silly files now. We have found, of course, I want to tell you guys about the spies that at my birthday. That's literally the next file that's about to come
good.
out. It's so good. Amazing because I got pictures of the party. I got them like staging like a document raid while I'm out back barbecuing hot dogs and burgers. I got it.
While you were doing a Monster Mash, what do you
While I
call
was
it?
doing
Karaoke
in the backyard. While I'm doing karaoke, that's when we'll go. When he's good and liquored up doing karaoke, that's when we'll go through the office. The files are so much fun. Anyway, I would love to go and finish that off. And we will do that no matter what, because there's South Park stuff. There's all kinds of good stuff in my files. But some of these other people, I mean, I was a new person that had just sort of come on the scene at the time of these documents. So we have it from kind of beginning to when, there's no more documents, but we can see it organically, sort of like, hey, we think Marc might be this guy. We don't know. No, he's not the guy. No, he is the guy. What are we going to do? Holy smokes, he's totally the guy. We need to unleash the hounds. And then when they unleash the hounds, a lot of people think, this is a comment I see from time to time. People are like, these guys were in a cult. They're super excited about this cult. Well, the thing that you got to dig is that we were there for 15 years. We couldn't spit sideways without getting approval. We couldn't do what we wanted to do. We had to do whatever Scientology wanted to do. We had to think like a Scientologist. We had to act like a Scientologist. You couldn't do anything. Now, and we were told, this is the best part. We were told that if we left, we'd be lucky if we ended up flipping burgers. That's a direct quote. That's not like, oh, they said. No, that's it. Am I wrong, Claire?
No, not at all.
Yeah, we would be lucky to end up flipping burgers. Now, first of all, anybody who knows me, I love to flip a burger.
Yeah,
that's like,
I would have loved to flip burgers compared to any of that crap. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So the fact that I can flip burgers whenever I want, and I also get paid to do other things, it seems not only is it fun, but every time I get to do one of these videos, OSA has to watch this, and they have to write this up, and then they got to send it to David Miscavige. And so when you see me get a little giddy and you see me start to giggle, or you see other guys we're doing videos with, when we start laughing about things, it's funny to us because we know there's people that are going to have to type this, and they're going to watch it, and they're going to know it's true. They know everything we're saying is not a lie. We're just saying what happened. We're not, you don't have to exaggerate what goes on in Scientology, because it's insane. It's batshit crazy on the baseline. It only gets crazier as you go. Okay. So, but it starts out at batshit. That's square
level zero.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's why and also if you just were talking about this stuff and you weren't joking around and messing around and calling it for the insanity it is, it would be a super bummer. Like, I wouldn't want to watch that.
Yeah, no.
And
that's
so
also
when you
why,
joke,
that's why we try to make it be entertaining. There's much more stuff that's going on behind the scenes we're not talking about that is far more serious and will be talked about at the appropriate time. But
some of it's also entertaining, and some of it is pretty amazing.
Yep.
But it also gives us a good. I'm in a lovely mood when I come to do these videos because of the things that I know are going to happen, like things that we've been working on for years and years, and they're finally about to hatch, or something's finally about to happen, and it is going to rock David Miscavige's little cabinet that he sits in or whatever, and it's gonna be amazing. And that's in addition to the lawsuits and all the people coming forward. And the more we do this, the more we get the word out, the more people that we let know that Scientology can't really do anything to hurt you, and they can't really do anything that's going to hurt you. Is my mic staticky? Do you hear that?
It was. So the same thing that, remember, I told you about this before you left. There it is. It just came back a little bit just now.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Now it's back.
Wow, that's weird. I don't hear it in my in my headphones.
It's the BTs. Somebody is apparently growing some BTs.
They
down
know
there.
when I'm here, baby. They know when I'm here.
I
Anyway,
know.
so that's the reason why we're having fun doing the channel. And if we're not serious enough for you, go tune it into one of the other channels. It's more serious. There's a whole plethora of SPTV channels, and one of them will be more serious than this one. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
So that's that. We're going to do some giveaways tonight too. I don't know if I went too long. No, we're good.
Nope.
We're going to do some giveaways. We're going to give away some hardback Blown for Good books. We are running out of paperbacks. We have like just a couple handful of paperbacks left, and then paperbacks are done. We sold out of all the Blown for Good paperbacks. We got hardbacks though. We got tons of hardbacks. We printed a lot of hardbacks, and hardbacks we printed first, and so we got some. So we got hardbacks we're going to be giving away, and merch. So if you want merch or you want a hardback, I feel that either one will work for any of the giveaways, depending on what people want, depending on what we land on. Like, we do the spin the wheel in the comments.
Yeah, the static is back, just FYI.
Yeah,
and that's okay. And we added last week the Save Bob Ferris merch, which is in support of Liz Ferris. The proceeds will go to her to help her in her journey to recover her dad, Bob Ferris, that Marc and I both knew and worked with. We've been working with Liz very, very closely. And in fact, Liz and I will be doing an interview next week. Later this week, Thursday. Big day tomorrow, so it seems like a week, right, honey?
Awesome.
And we're adding I have some really awesome Claire Bear merch designs that we're going to add tonight.
Nice.
Yay.
New Claire Bear merch. Yeah, you got to get over to Blown for Good store. Link is in the description. I forgot to tell everybody, where is he? I should say, hey, you guys asked, we did it.
We got some special news.
We have this little guy. This is a Captain. This is a Captain Davy elf. Okay, look at this little guy. He's got little bars. He's got the campaign bars. Where is it? Right there, right here, with this little worked with L. Ron Hubbard campaign. That red one at top. That's I worked with L. Ron Hubbard. Who gives a shit anyway? Yeah, we don't know what we're gonna call it. So in the comments, do your best, do your worst, do everything you can to name this little turdlet. I don't know what we're going to call him. David Miscavige hates when you call him Davy. David Miscavige hates when you call him Small. He hates when you call him Captain. That drives him nuts. So it's going to be a combo of something. I don't know if he's an elf. There's got to be maybe. Oh, he's not an elf. He's bigger than an elf. What's a little bigger than an elf? A troll.
A troll.
He might end up being Captain
Davy
little Davy Troll or something. We'll have to figure it out. Scientology is busy building fake names for toys they're going to sell.
Yeah. Sir, you're not going to like this, but we need to let you know. Please don't send us to the rehabilitation project force.
In the comments, let us know what you think we should call this little guy. Whoever's comments got the most comments, that's probably the one I'm going to look at. I'm not going to go through every single one. But this guy, Captain
Davey definitely
Crunch,
has the dead Scientology eye look going on.
Oh, he does. He's got.
He really does. Like that's like this will be like if your kids are misbehaving, the normal elf won't come. It will be this guy instead.
Yeah,
we'll start a new trend.
Anyway, we're gonna name this guy. So we're gonna put up. I don't know if I can do a poll on YouTube. Anyway, we'll have to do a poll. I'm going to try to figure out. We already kind of thought we're going to do $20. It's going to be a fundraiser for the Aftermath Foundation. So how many ever of these we sell, the money will go to the Aftermath Foundation to help people that are escaping or need to get their life back together after escaping or leaving or getting kicked out or whatever their situation is from Scientology. We try to help them out. And so every one of these that we sell, it's going to be a fundraiser. We're going to try to sell them for about $20. And
to be clear, nothing on this earth gives us greater pleasure than helping people get back on their feet after leaving Scientology. So.
Yeah. And if this little Davy guy paid for it, that makes it even better.
Yeah. Thanks, Captain Davy.
Captain Davy says, please. Anyway, that's going to be like a Christmas thing. He says, so this is the elf and this is Captain. See, he's so much. He's a troll. He's a troll.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a troll.
The
Okay.
funniest is that the actual elf sits in his lap kind of perfectly.
He does, really. They're like,
Yeah.
this is, well, no, I think Dave, no, Tom, is Tom? I think Dave is smaller than Tom, so
Yeah.
let's see. I don't know. Whatever.
That's so wrong.
Somebody can clip that. That's little Davy and Tom. Anyway, or the whatever this elf is, whatever's, I don't know, some elf he met on Tinder. I don't know. Whatever, Grinder, whatever they use. Anyway, so the doll is not the doll is somebody said the doll is cute. The doll's not cute. We specifically dead-eyed it.
He's
Look at
definitely
that.
not. He's supposed to. He's got the evil Davy
Doesn't have pupils.
seared
Anyway,
member.
it's
Seared
good.
member evil stare.
These things are being made a gazillion miles an hour, so we could get some variations by accident. I don't know. Troll in the hole sounds good. I like that. Captain Davy Troll in the hole. Gosh. There's so many good ones we could do. The troll really opened it up. I'm glad we workshopped that here,
Or
folks. Thank you.
troll in charge of the whole.
Anyway, just let the internet do its thing. Okay,
they will come up with
the most amazing names. I guarantee you. Anybody who wants to clip this and get this Davy Troll name thing going and put it, you can put wherever you want. I won't kill it. Okay, so we got the elf guy. Oh yeah. Okay, last thing, and then we'll get into a giveaway, and then we can do Q&A if you guys want, but or we can tell you other stuff. We can do whatever we want because this is our channel.
I'm so glad you're home, honey.
I
Thank
know.
you.
I'm so glad too. I had so many notes. I had to scrap all the notes I made because I made like 50 videos worth of notes watching other people's videos. So we're just gonna skip all that, and we'll figure that out later. But we have been working. We've been teasing this for a while. We have been working on a project, and it actually predates the Aftermath Foundation. To be honest, we've been working on a project for, I want to say, a decade.
Yep.
About a decade.
Yep.
Yeah, about a decade. And this video documents a lot of the work we've done, and a lot of other people have done as well. And this video documents about 20 years worth of history of this person that we helped, and ended up being the perfect candidate for somebody for the Aftermath Foundation to assist. And that person is now at the point where we've completed the video, and they've watched the video and they love the video, and so we're going to show you guys the video. And we're doing some final last little tweaks and some cards and stuff like that, and we're probably going to release it on Friday or Saturday. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. You're not going to want to miss this one. This one will be awesome, and we're going to do it as a fundraiser for the Aftermath. So any donations that we get towards the video will go directly to the foundation, and we will we're going to do the poll for the Davy thing over on Discord. So we can do that. It's 200 people. It's a good sample size. We'll do it on Twitter and we'll do it on Discord.
And we can do it on the community tab here too.
On the community tab. Wonderful. Thank you for all that in the comments. Sorry, guys. I get the comments scroll, so sometimes I get one catches my eye. So we're going to release that video as a fundraiser. So any donations we can do will go straight to the Aftermath Foundation. And I'm thinking that we may also do like an after video broadcast, so we can hear what people think of the video, and if anybody has any questions,
yes,
or if they want to know about the guy that we did the video about, we can kind of answer those questions. So, because the video, you're going to love the video. If you're watching this channel, and if you're watching this channel right now and you like this content, you're going to love that content. But if you watch this video all the time and you already know what our content is, you are going to love this video. It is an amazing story. If you don't at least get a little bit emotional or teary-eyed watching this video, then you need to dump the cold, burnt coal out of your heart, and you need to put some hot stuff in there.
Yeah, speaking for myself, of course, I know the story. I've invested hundreds and hundreds of hours over the last 2 or 3 years. I've seen it easily 10 times, and every single time I watch it, I am utterly sobbing by the end of it.
Yeah,
So
well.
much so that our son the other night was like, "Mom, are you okay?"
It's a great
Yeah, I'm
video,
okay.
guys. It's
It really
happy.
is.
It's happy. It's happy.
Happy tears.
Happy tears. It
Yes.
is an amazing video. We've been working on it for a long time, so of course we think it's amazing, and we hope you like it. But we are going to release that this weekend, so please subscribe, and we will do that. But for now, let's do a giveaway.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick somebody?
Sure. So what are we doing first?
Whatever they pick.
Okay, yeah. So
If you want a book, say book. If you want a merch, say merch.
Yep. So whatever you would like, get in the comments and comment away, and I'll do a countdown. We'll go 5, 4.
Oh, you got to give people more time. Some of these people were all the way in the back in the recliner, and they have to get they got to kind of wiggle up, and they got to get out, and you got to give them at least a sec to get on the keyboard or get the screen. Okay, now you're good.
Okay. Boom.
Pick me, Alex C. Okay, we picked him. He didn't say what he wants.
Nope.
You got to
so
say
Alex
merch.
C.
You got to
Send me
say merch.
an email, claire@blowingforgood.com. If you'd like a book, just send me your address. If you'd like merch, go to the merch store, pick a link of whatever you'd like, send me that link, and I'll send you a giveaway link. That's how it works. Easy peasy.
Awesome.
Lemon
Awesome.
squeezy.
Awesome. Did that site that you were talking about earlier get fixed? Are we good? Can I
It
tell
should
people
be. Should be.
Looks like it works to me. The Blow for Good site. Okay, guys, this is what we're gonna do. I don't know. I just would get onto another thing here. We
have all kinds of new and exciting stuff going on, folks.
Yeah, we were doing Spy Files, and we were doing what were those things we were doing? The Shoops. We were doing the Davy Shoops and the Mike Rinder bobblehead pigs, and we had people sending us stuff from so many places that it was impossible to keep track of it all, and it was a lot of work for Claire mostly, and then a lot for me.
And Claire wasn't necessarily always doing the best job with it, just honestly.
It was just a mess. So we redid the Blown for Good website so that you could submit images through it. It has all kinds of info. It has the latest videos. It has old videos. It has new videos. It has other stuff. It has all sorts of resources for finding other channels and other books and other videos. And it's a way that you can contact us. So if you want to get a hold of us, just go to blownforgood.com and go to the contact us tab.
Are you going to pull it up on the screen?
Yeah, I was.
Perfect.
They know blownforgood.com.
Well, I know, but we should show it off.
Okay.
I like it.
That. Okay.
Seeing is believing.
Okay, let's do it. Let's see if I can do it.
Okay.
There it is. Okay, let's see what happens.
There we go.
Do we have another one of these? There it is, even better.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, it's got, you can see there, it's got some of the Spy Files, the Where is Shelley Miscavige. You can go to books. If you go to books, you get my book and soon to be Claire's book. And if you go to merch, it just goes straight to the merch site. And then, it's got the YouTube, the podcast. Oh, by the way, the podcast is really killing it right now. If you guys haven't subscribed to the podcast, if you listen to podcasts, please subscribe to the Blown for Good podcast. We're getting about 6,000 downloads a week on the Blown for Good podcast, and there is a lot of content over there. And every once in a while, we try to sneak in something that's not necessarily on YouTube. Usually, they kind of, no matter what, in the end, they catch up. But for sometimes there's content over there that's not over here, and vice versa. So go over to the podcast, and also if you do subscribe to us on the podcast, give us a review. We're hiding right on the border of the top 200 podcasts in tons of countries. So if you guys subscribe, top 200 podcasts in many countries. So if you go over to the wherever you listen to podcasts, on Apple or your Android or whatever, or on your iPhone or your MacBook or your iPad, just subscribe to Blown for Good on the podcast app and drop us a review, and we will easily be solidly into the top 200 in several different countries. So thank you for that if you can do that. There's also places for press on the website. I don't know if you can see that. It's really tiny, but there's a mailing list. You can jump on the mailing list, click on that, and then you can get added up. So you got to fix that. But or maybe it's just I need to refresh. But either way, that you can get on the mailing list for Claire's book if you want to be notified when Claire's book comes out.
And by the way, let's not forget to just mention that the person we hired to do this is part of the amazing SPTV community.
Oh yeah, we've been using as many people as we can from the community for things that we need for the community. So we're all about that. We love a good community, and we got some talented folks out there that are watching this. So we are going to use your skills every second we can get them. So that's the Blown for Good site. So if you need anything or want anything from the channel from us, that's where you can get it. From the Blown for Good channel.
And you mentioned that on there, people can pre-register to get notified when my book comes out, right?
Yeah, that's the form that was broken.
Oh, okay, lovely. I'll get that fixed.
Anyway, so that's I think that's pretty much catches everybody up with all the stuff that's been going on. There's a lot of other stuff that I can't talk about, but as soon as we can, we will. And be on the lookout.
Just because we're not saying it doesn't mean it ain't happening.
Yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed, subscribe. Be on the lookout. We got spy files coming from all directions, I guarantee you. Scientology is going to lose their minds when they see the amount of people in the amount of places that are going to start covering the contents of these files on a regular and continual basis. It is going to be a sight to behold, and you're not going to want to miss it. So sign up. And please do let us know in the comments what you think that thing should be called. That little Davy doll. I really want
that little Sea Org member abomination thing that you were showing earlier.
Captain Nonsense. Okay, I'm ready to do some Q&A. You ready to do some Q&A?
Yes, I am.
Okay, here's one. Homeboy wore combat boots to the beach. I sent you an email earlier today hoping you were able to open it. Homeboy, I get about 200 emails a day, at least. So I do not look at them unless they're my company ones, and the Blown for Gun ones I kind of peruse through on the weekend. So I am not an everyday Blown for Good email guy. But if you go to the website, you can send a contact form, and I think I got to see where that leads to, but I think it's going to pop up as a little like notice or alert when you send it. But I will check and see, homeboy, this
and if it's
juicy email that I need to get to.
Yeah, and if it's urgent, send it to me, Claire at blownforgood.com. I can't guarantee I will always respond, but I certainly pay daily attention to that email.
Awesome. Juliana says, happy birthday to Clearwater Chad.
Oh,
yes, happy birthday, Clearwater Chad.
And shout out to Juliana, who's always everywhere at all times.
She was in one of these chats that I was watching, I think, as well. There was a lot of people in a lot of chats, but I think that could have been while I was still here. I can't remember. John Satowski says SPTV is overworking OSA. Oh, we've been overworking OSA for a very long time, but now we're triple double overtime now. Does the harassment tend to come in waves, or is it pretty much continual? It's thank you, Stephen. Thank you for that. You're very generous. It is continual in the fact that the Twitter trolls and the websites and the hate sites, those are always there. Since 2006, there's always been just the Headleys are evil people web presence from Scientology, just consistently.
Yeah, though let's not fail to mention that it's 200 Twitter accounts run by about 4 people. That's who's trying to dominate Twitter with their hate rhetoric. And yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's not, it's a lot of accounts, but it's not a lot of people.
No, it's not. And nor you can tell that because they always say the exact same comments. They're not very creative over OSA these days now that we're overworking them to the bone.
Yeah. Yeah. And before Elon got rid of the bots, they'd have 300 of those people. Mm-hmm. Now it's just like a handful of guys. They're always there, and they've always been there. And they block us, so we don't ever really see what they say. So it's kind of funny because, like, I guess other people are, and those people usually take a screenshot, or they'll message me, or they'll tag me, and it'll just say, "I can't see, you're not able to see this content." I'll be like, "Okay, well, But yeah, we're sort of on Twitter. That's where a lot of the trolls are, on Twitter for the most part. But we are doing more Blown for Good stuff over on Twitter. And you getting excited there with the comments? And we have been putting up videos on Twitter before they come out on YouTube. Like the Where's Shelley videos have been coming out a few days early over on Twitter. And if you're a subscriber to the Blown for Good channel over there, then you get to watch them early. That's about the only thing I can think of besides just not giving everybody everything at the same time. But the only other thing that's continual is the websites. They have these hate websites that I have never once ever been to, but I've been told lots of stories about them. Evidently, I'm licking crackers. I'm putting spiders in drawers and
coffee.
Rats and coffee. They're stealing millions of dollars and committing a regular elder abuse. But I licked a cracker one day, so watch out. So yeah. And then the letters to the companies and stuff, that's more of like when I guess David Miscavige says, hey, what are you guys doing? How are these guys still on the internet? Like, we never left, but we're still here. And then they get a rocket. It's called, when you're into the Sea Org, that's called getting a rocket up your backside. And you need to send these guys a rocket. That's actually what they say, right? Don't they?
Yeah, SRA.
Severe reality adjustment.
Yeah.
So that's basically just yelling at
Scientology.
somebody.
We have an acronym for that. There's an acronym for everything.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's true. We got an acronym for that. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that answers that question. It does come in waves, but it's mostly continual.
Yeah, I watched Shiny Happy People on the last trip back here from one of my many SP business trips.
Yeah.
And I mean, the parallels were stunning, but the acronyms was one of the parallels that was like, oh, they do that too. Good to know.
Yeah, coded language. I think that's a cult. That's a sure sign of a cult if there's a coded language that others can't understand. And they have that for sure. John says, thank you for everything you guys do. Your videos have been so valuable to me. When is the SP cruise? Well, there's an SP cruise every year. John, thank you for that. You're very, very, very generous. There's a cruise every year. We just don't invite you guys to it. So I don't know.
We have to have some downtime to recover from many different things in our lives.
And I actually never thought of this, but almost all of the people that are on the cruise are SPs.
They are. We really love our SPs.
We do, right? We love a good SP party.
Our family of choice are 1-for-1 SPs. 100%. Like absolutely 100%.
Yeah,
it's almost like, that badge of trust. You go, you're good, you're cool, we're good with that.
Also, to be fair, all gloating aside, if you're having a party and you got SPs there or you got Scientologists there, the SP one's going to be the fun one. The Scientology one, that's not going to be a fun party. Those guys aren't supposed to drink or smoke smoke cigarettes.
They smoke.
Whatever.
Most
anyway,
of them smoke.
Either way, let's go on. We'll move on. Paula Puffer says, COS has to be pooping themselves. Go SPTV. I don't know. The food they serve there is very starchy, so they could be a little backed up. I'm just saying. I'm not sure. Marc Fisher says, thanks for my file, Mark. Yes, thank you, Mark, for all that you guys are doing. Marc Fisher has a channel, Our Scientology Stories, Peeling Back the Onion. Him and Janice Gillum Grady, right?
Yep, that's right.
Elsie, how different would Scientology be if Pat Broker took over? What is he like? That's a good question, Elsie. Thank you for that. You're very generous. How different would Scientology be if Pat Broker took over? What is he like? Pat Broker was gone by the time I got there. Okay, do you hear that noise?
I do.
Okay, I hear that. That's loud.
It's like a plane getting ready to take off behind you.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We got audio BTs.
We do.
Really do.
But my answer to that is no, it's back.
Yeah.
We didn't know Pat Broker. We didn't work with him. So we don't know the answer to that, to what Pat Broker was like. However, would Scientology be different? No. And the reason for that is because everything Scientology does is dictated by L. Ron Hubbard policies, and they cannot change those policies. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's true. It might be a different flavor, but it's still going to taste the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The basic taste is going to be the same. Thank you for that, Elsie. Cheers from Paris, France. Can you walk me through the OT levels? Why some Scientologists take them and others do not? I don't quite understand. Thanks.
Sure, I can do that.
Perfect.
Audrey, this is all about money in Scientology. Doing the OT levels is incredibly expensive, and you have to get, so there's steps. You have to do one level at a time, and you have to get approved to then do the upper levels. And I think all told, it could cost easily anywhere from 300,000 to up to $1 million if you factor in regular donations to the International Association of Scientologists. And many people are not approved to go on to the OT levels. For example, if you have a physical condition, like perhaps you have epilepsy, that would not be approved for you to do the upper levels. If you have connections to government or media or the police or anything like that, you're not going to be allowed to do the upper levels. But so some people are in Scientology but never reach the upper levels. So for example, I was in the middle of OT level 5 at the time that I escaped. Marc never got to the upper levels. He was just working all the time. So hopefully that answers your question, and welcome back, honey.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yep, and I can hear your audio BTs. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, yep. Good. Well, then it's not me, because I got all new stuff and everything switched over. Okay, Clearwater Chad. Anyone growing up, anyone growing an SPTV channel is welcome to come on Chad's pre-show. We had 9 guests Monday. Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, there's so many channels. Thank you, Clearwater Chad. I appreciate it. There's so many channels now that we can't schedule anymore. There's too many people doing too many things at the same time. So if you got a channel that you like to watch, just subscribe, please. Certain people do things on certain days. And we usually do our things on similar days. But sometimes if we can do a live and we don't have anything else going, we're going to jump on and do a live. So that's how it is. But yes, you can go over to Clearwater Chad's. Did that list get put on the all the different channels on the
I think so.
Blown for Good website? Oh yeah, YouTube channel. I think we were going to have we do have a list over there. And it's not
necessarily a complete list, but it's a, it
was a list that we sent a few months ago when we started doing the website.
Yeah. So if you're not on there, don't feel offended. It was not intentional. It's just an idea of some of the many, many growing SPTV channels. It's not intended as a complete directory.
Yeah. There are other places where that is, I've heard as well.
Yes,
Mark Fisher, I did a video with Aaron on my file. Oh, yes, perfect. So they did a spy file. Mark Fisher went through his spy file.
Yes.
There's so many people that have files. There could be, if just the people, like the people that you know of did videos on their files, that'd be 100 videos right there. That's how many files and folders there are, because there's probably a few hundred on people you know about. There's thousands on people you've never heard of.
Yep.
Michelle Carpenter, love the Discord. Okay, good. Awesome. Love from the Discord. I was like, yeah, Michelle Carpenter, of course you love the Discord. Love from the Discord. Thank you for that. Thank you for the super chat. Apostate Alex, just wanted to say thank you for everything you're doing on these files. It's vitally important and no doubt will have a huge impact. Yes, thank you, Apostate Alex.
Thanks for being here, Apostate Alex.
Yeah, there are so many there's so many things that they cover in these documents that people will know actually happened in real, to wiggle out of this one, because they wrote the documents and then they did it. So it's like, yeah, we got you. These files, I don't know how many files they got in the FBI raid. If somebody knows actually how many files they got in the FBI raid, that would be interesting to know, because they were hard copy at the time. So we have 40,000 files. That would fill definitely several filing cabinets. And Scientology knew the FBI were going to raid them. So the files that they found are the ones they hadn't gotten rid of. and 11 people went to jail. These files were never stolen. These files just walked out the door one day and nobody noticed. And the person who walked out with them didn't even notice. Marilyn Anderson, thank you for the super chat.
Yes.
What's that?
I said, yes. Thank you, Marilyn.
Angela Bernhardt, excited to have Marc back, and the chat agrees Claire's hair looks lovely today. It does look lovely, and I told her so myself.
You did. Thank you, honey. We have a big thing happening tomorrow, so done got my hair cut.
Done got her hair did. Jefferson Hawkins would love to get my spy files, Marc. Put Jeff on the list. I think I already made a folder for him and everything. Jeff, you know, I think I had an old email. Write Claire an email because I think I sent it and I had a bad email. Some guy named Jeff got a whole bunch of craziness. Terry Ray.
Like, I ain't answering that. That's craziness.
Terry Ray says, regarding the SP files, spy files, anything on Marilyn Anderson, 1989 to 1990, she's in the chat and is curious. Yeah, no. These people, most of these are about Sea Org members at the Int base or in Los Angeles or in some installation or somebody who's actively attacking Scientology. So unless Marilyn was actively attacking Scientology in the early 2000s, she will not likely be in the documents, Terry Ray. I'm sorry. Most of these documents occur, like they were created in 2006 to 2007, 2005, 2004, 2007. Could even be as early as 2000. So let's say from 2000 to 2007. That's when most of these documents take place over. And mostly at the Int base and the Office of Special Affairs are the people that are related to these documents, or people that are attacking Scientology or people that Scientology is attacking. Cat and Maggie, you can do polls in the community tab. Also, you should stream more. It understaffs the blow drills.
I love it. That's great. Thank you, Cat and Maggie. What a brilliant idea.
I would love to do more. I was working for the past 3 weeks in another state, and it was a lot to do the work. There was no way I could do both. And you don't like people. I get cranky, okay? When I do too much, I get cranky. And you guys have seen a video or two where I'm doing too much and I'm cranky and everybody lights me up in the comments. So there you go. You got to get there's a happy medium to how much I can do.
Yeah,
this
but I will say, Cat and Maggie, that strategy has worked. We have used that distraction tactic before of, like something's about to happen. Quick. Oh, over here.
We have done that.
Wouldn't it be funny if we got to the point where there was we had a smoke signal. So a Sea Org member wants to jump the fence. They put up smoke signals and every single SPTV network channel goes live all at the same time on all the different channels. That would be so amazing.
Yeah. We have been, you guys joke, but that's kind of what we have been doing for a while now. We've been look here on YouTube. And in the background, we've been doing all this other stuff. So, right. And they were looking over on YouTube and they were doing all the stuff on YouTube and they were messing with my company and they were doing, while all that was going on, there was a whole other 2 or 3 other operations meanwhile that were doing stuff. And those are bearing fruit in a big way these days. So,
absolutely.
Andrew Humphrey says, thank you for that, Andrew. He says, Captain Davy Troll in the hole. I got to say, Andrew, I like it. I like it. So write that one down. We'll put it on the poll at least.
Yeah.
Captain Davy Troll in the hole.
Or Troll of the hole.
Troll of the hole. That's a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to do that, Claire. You're supposed to let them decide.
I know, but
Donna
I'm
Rose.
just saying.
If we sent 1,000 elves to DM, would he see/get them? Oh, no, they would just throw them away. You can't really send him anything. It's going to get intercepted. There's many points of contact where he would get rid of that. But I tell you, we don't need to send him one. He will buy one or someone will buy one so they can see what it is and they can, get all the deets on it. But it's still, these guys are still spooning. They've just been on the desk the whole time with each other.
The same way OSA had one of the pre-release copies of your book that they had
a signed copy. They had a pre-release signed copy in our lawsuit that they entered into evidence. It's actually Scientology. This is not a widely known thing. Scientology entered my book into evidence as fact. They use that in their lawsuit, the things in the book. So they do not deny or claim that anything in the book happened. In fact, they embrace it, and they have agreed that it 100% did happen. Yep. Michelle Carpenter, can do polls in the Discord? We have over 200 people. Yes, thank you. I just have to figure out how to get on there. I'm an old school guy. I gotta. I don't know. I even finding the login. I'm like, I don't even know how to get in there. I don't even know where the door is. Jen W. Thank you for the super sticker. Michelle Carpenter. The podcast, another thing, I can do notifications on the Discord. Let's connect, Mark. I DM'd you on there. Yes, thank you, Michelle. Yeah, nice. I've just got home. Okay. Lathanda says, so great to see the two of you together again. Always worth staying up all night for a BFG SPTV. Your content and attitude is awesome. Thank you, Lathanda.
Thank you, Lathanda.
Overseas people, when they stay up, I'm like, I kind of get it because I stay up when I watch stuff. So I'm kind of like, If you can do it, you can do it. John Satowski, the cracker liquor cocktail, an empty margarita glass with a salted rim. It's just the salt. Thank you, John. Thank you for that.
Oh my gosh, yes. With a chaser of tequila.
You could see one of my my Mr. Bills back there on the sofa somewhere with all the other little guys. Yeah. Thank you for that, John. Michelle Carpenter again. Question, have you ever considered uploading some really fun copyright safe movies just for OSA to get a break? No, not at all. No, they signed up. They signed up for this. They signed up for this.
I know, but the reason I marked that is because it reminded me of when you got that, when you were working in the film division and you told me one night, whatever movies you want to see, I can get them. And I was like, what? No. And you're like, yeah, just tell me whatever movies you want.
Oh, I get it. So OSA, like we would just comment on the movie and then OSA would get to watch a movie.
Yes. Yes.
That's not a bad idea. You know who could do that is these new channels, these new SPTV channels. You could get some watch time. And it could be all the Tom Cruise movies, or it could be
No.
Can't do that. On YouTube. Well, whatever. A fun movie that has somebody in it. Maybe watch the movies of people that got out of Scientology.
Yeah, there you
movies
go.
They were in, and then do a review of it.
King of Queens on replay or something.
Oh, God. King of Queens episode recaps. Nutrition and Beauty JF says, hello, I am an ex-Scientologist. I left in 2008. Congratulations. Nice. Awesome. Thank you for that, Nutrition and Beauty JF. Good. See, that's why we're here. 2008. Yes. Probably because of something we did. Who knows?
I was talking to somebody today, and they were like, "Yeah, when I was a teenager, then all of a sudden I was made to sign a agreement saying that I was no longer staff. I was just a volunteer." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that was probably 2009 during our lawsuit." And they were like, "It was." I'm like, "Yep, know all about that."
Yeah, Scientology had to change their employment contracts to say that no one is an employee. Every single person there is a volunteer. Not one single person is a volunteer or an employee, so that they can't sue them for being an employee, because we did not sign those things. And that was a huge deal in the case. So, that's another thing. People, we're having fun here on these videos for the most part. Every once in a while it gets a little serious. But for the most part, we're having fun. We're exposing Scientology. We're trying to have a good time doing it. But there has been all sorts of nonsense that's gone on in the background. And all these different legal cases, even any legal case against Scientology is a good legal case, because you can at least take a hit at the dam and see, okay, there's no crack there. Okay, good. And that we know there's no crack there. But if there's a crack and you can open it up, then other people will find that crack and they'll open it up. And essentially that's what's happening with a lot of these lawsuits. It's trial and error. People are trying to do different tactics, and their lawyers are trying to do different tactics to defend those. And Scientology is running out of defense mechanisms based on the truth that's getting out there. So, anyway, for all you Scientologists that are in there, Scientology spends millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars a year attacking former members and fighting lawsuits off and paying them off if they do plan to sue them. In the end, if it's going to go to jury, if it's not a what's the difference? If it's a criminal case and it goes to jury, Scientology is going to lose. They've never won a jury trial ever in the history of Scientology. If it's a civil, is civil the one where you have to pay money? That's the one where they're done, right?
Yeah, they're going to settle out of court.
Yeah, they'll settle. Scientology, if it's going to go to jury, they will settle in the end. They know they can't win a jury trial in a civil case. So the only cases that go to a jury are the criminal cases that can be prosecuted. And the more people that come out of Scientology and go to law enforcement, the sooner after they leave Scientology, the more chances a lot of these lawsuits have of working. The statutes of limitations and these sort of things tend to run and expire. And so a lot of the causes of actions that Scientologists, Sea Org members, employees, staff members, mission members, a lot of the claims or damages that they'd have rights to expire the more years that go by. So that's why Scientology is very keen on keeping them brainwashed as long as possible so that by the time they do come out of the fog, they won't be able to sue them.
Yep, that's right.
Rural SD lawyer says, do Scientologists realize there are no orgs in many states, places? What about people who have been in for decades? No one wonders about expansion. Yeah, that is a cognitive dissonance thing in Scientology. Thank you for that, rural SD lawyer. They do actually... every once in a while, somebody will ask, "Oh, is there an org over there?" And then there's not, and it is kind of like weird that they don't have an organization. When I say org, that means Scientology organization. If they don't have an org, then that's when they started opening these ideal orgs. So even here in Denver, they have an ideal organization. It's always empty. The only time the parking lot's full is if there's a baseball game across the street and they sell tickets to the parking lot so you can get good parking for not too expensive. There's nothing
ideal about it. Not.
No, it is an ideal. All Scientology orgs are ideal because they're empty. They are ideal Scientology organizations. The emptier, the better. And nearly every single Scientology ideal org, except for maybe the one in Los Angeles, is empty. And the one in Los Angeles has got 5 people there doing courses right now. It's ridiculous. And somebody at that who works at that org goes in that org is like, Mark, come on. You know, there's not a whole 5 people over there. I know there's 2, but okay, I give them 5. Come on.
Round it up.
Denver Stevo says, just a reminder, Mark, it's not Twitter anymore. Now it's X, as Elon smells like X. Glad to see you both back in coastal Colorado. Osa smells like line X. X equals poo. Okay, thank you, Denver Stevo. I was not aware of this. I knew it was going to happen any day now. If it switched today, it switched today. X, long live X now. I don't know.
Good to see you, Denver Stevo. Thanks for joining us. Woohoo.
Hi, Claire and Mark. Love you guys. Love my SPTV. Hit that like button. Yeah, hit the like button. Selena says hit the like button. And it you know what time it is? It's giveaway time.
It's giveaway time. Woohoo.
I'm going to do this one. So if you guys want, here, I'll put up a banner while we're doing this too, as long as we're doing merch. And this will be a good time for you to get to the keyboard as well. Whatever you want, you got to let me know. I got to switch back over to the live chat.
Here, I'm gonna grab something real quick. I'm gonna jump out and jump right back in. Okay.
Okay, that's good. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. I like it. I get some alone time with you guys. Yes, Xenu is my homeboy, and tons of other amazing BFG merch can be gotten from the Blown for Good store, and the link is in the description. And if you guys want merch, if you get picked, you're just going to click on something in the merch there that you like, and then send a link to that to Claire, and that's how she sends it back to you. She just orders it for you, and it's yours. It's some kind of magic that she does. I don't know. So let's do this. 5, 4, 3. Oh wait, it's spinning now. I'm gonna get a little chance to catch up here. What's the time? Okay, yeah, I gotta catch up. My chat. StreamYard's got to StreamYard. There it is. Boosh. Matt Elliott merch. Hail Xenu hoodie. Boom. Okay, that sounds good. Matt, you won. You're a winner, Matt. Okay, no matter what anybody else tells you, you're a winner. Look, Claire's back too. Matt's a winner. Just in case you
Yay,
haven't
Matt,
heard.
you're a winner.
Matt's,
Yay.
you don't have to yell. You literally blew out 17,000 people's ears just then. Some people are trying to hear. They're trying to, like, their spouse might be sleeping next door in the bed, and they're trying to listen to this real quiet. Anyway, Matt, send Claire an email. He wants a Hail Xenu hoodie. You're going to have to send her a link because there's multiple ones. And just send Claire an email, claire@blownforgood.com, Matt Elliott. And you're our lucky winner tonight. Thank you for that. And thank you for everybody else who played. Evangeline's like, we're fine, Claire. Take it easy. Drama queen over here. Love Sherlock. She was not too loud.
Thank you for all
to
you
be fair,
amazingly understanding people.
To be fair,
I never talk loud. I usually get a lot of crap for talking quietly. So if I once spoke loud, like, write it down, folks. Make a diary entry. It's a special day.
I have my volume turned really loud so that I talk louder. Because I normally talk louder, so I have it loud so that I talk lower into the mic. And so when you yelled, it was loud because I have my mic, my audio turned up so that I don't, because I do tend to talk too loud on a. You do. On a regular
I tell you
basis.
that all the time.
She does. I'm loud everywhere we go. Claire is the beautiful winner by getting out of that cult. She is. Claire's a winner too.
Thank you, Xavier Scott.
Okay, thank you for those guys. See, I don't only do super chats. I put up about 20 other non-super chats. Some people only do super chats. I do everything. I try to get a little bit of everything. And Hummingbird says, "Love you guys so much. I hope I can buy you lunch my next time in Denver area, probably December." Okay, nice. Hummingbird. I'll take a lunch. I'm all good for a lunch. I love, if you've seen me in person, you know I like a lunch. Kyla McDonald. Kyla McDonald? Kyla. Goldie knows how many channels, and she is always there. Superwoman. You know what? That's so crazy. She really is. I was over on another channel after Aaron had done. Sometimes Aaron will do 5 videos in a day. Sometimes he'll do 6, but sometimes he'll do 3 or 4 right in a row. And then I went over to some other video, and she was in there too. And I thought, oh my goodness, Goldie. Thank you for everything you do, Goldie.
We love Goldie.
Allison G says, question, did you see Reliable Reese on Aaron's channel last night? I didn't see her last night, but I did see her there the other day, and she had a dog on, the cutest little dog. She was on, I think it was like there was 4 people in the chat when she was on.
Yeah, that was Monday. I didn't get to watch it yet, but I saw a post on Facebook that she launched her channel, Relatable Reese. So awesome.
Love that.
Yep.
Oh, here, let me get this. Let me just hide that ticker. That BFG merch ticker was gone for a while there. The Ruffadafadoo.
Somebody said, Angela Bernhardt said, Goldie is actually 3 people. Pass it on.
Oh, I've been accusing Goldie of being an android from day one. You can ask Claire. 100%. I thought she was a robot, and maybe even a robot spy, because she is so many places and knows so many things and has so many things at the ready. Like, oh, you want to know the link to this? She's like legs fired out there. And there's no one person that could do all that and then also have their life. So yeah, I still think she's an android. I don't think she's real. I think she was made.
I've talked to her in real life. So
you have?
Yeah, many times.
Like on the phone?
Yes.
She's not an android.
She is not an android. She is a real person. I've talked to her. We text all the time. I've seen a picture of her. Okay. So yeah.
Thank you. Should probably read this comment. Mm-hmm. Claire, did you ever see COB interact with outside lawyers? Does he treat them like chit, like everyone else? I said chit with a C, YouTube. Chit. Your answer was yes.
Yes, he does treat them like poo. In fact, what's his thing that he would always say? We tell them what to do. They need to. We need to, like, he's a dictator from beginning to end. Yeah, if you are a lawyer and the case is going well and you're doing the right stuff, he's probably going to talk to you just like he talked to any lawyer. But if it's going bad and stuff ain't going their way, then he's going to talk to you like one of his Sea Org members, and he's going to tell you what time it is and how it is.
and he's going to probably use some bad words.
Yeah, and
threats.
that also applies to if the lawyer did what he said to do and the end result was bad, then he's even more going to have a fit. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
Gunner, thank you for the super sticker, Gunner. Or Gunner. Gunner Guggs. I don't even know if that's a real name.
Yeah,
Some
it
people
is.
use fake names. Stephen Britton, why the hell would they enter your book as fact? Because they were essentially trying to say
I know.
it fit their narrative that certain sections of the book, like we weren't,
Like at one
we
point,
weren't victims. They're like, you weren't victims. You were friends with Dave, and Dave gave you gifts, and you had a good. When Dave was being nice, Dave was being nice. When Dave's not being nice, Dave's not being nice.
and
I didn't.
also, yeah, also there was
They
a
didn't put that in. They weren't asking. They weren't highlighting that section of the book.
no, and also there was a specific section where you said that the only reason you hadn't already escaped many years earlier was because you were married to me. And
Yes.
they tried to use that to say, see, you could have left whenever you wanted.
Yeah.
That's
why they
set
chase.
aside the fact that the police had to get called, and the only reason you successfully escaped is because some random passerby, bless their soul, called 911, and even the police officers had to call for backup because they felt threatened by the number of gold security guards that were chasing after you.
Yeah, I just want to say we have 1,400 people in the chat right now. So,
awesome.
Kick up that like and subscribe button, guys. We're trying to get up to 40,000 subscribers. Let me just see if we go over here. You can pull up some comments while you want, while you wait there, and anybody and everything that you think is going to be worth. Yeah, 37,384. Every time we tick over another 1,000 subscribers, we do a giveaway, no matter if it's live or not. We somebody in the comments that says book or a book or merch or whatever they want, we will give that away every time we tick over another 1,000 subscribers. So, and also, if you're getting this content in your feed, it's because this is the content you watch. It's not necessarily because you're subscribed to our channel. So I find a lot of people will say, oh, I just thought I assumed I was subscribed because I always get your content whenever you do something. And that's just because YouTube now knows that you like the content. But it won't notify you if we have a video coming out or if we're setting up a premiere like we're going to do this Friday or Saturday. So anyway, get in there and get to the subscribe button.
We should figure out some special celebration when we hit that 40K subscribers.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Like we're coming up on our 31st wedding anniversary. I was thinking we should do a special edition where we show clips from our wedding video at Celebrity Center.
Get in the comments. Let me know if you think this is wise, folks. This sounds like a whole mess of nonsense. You got to get in the comments. If you want to see those pictures, you got to let us know in the comments, guys. I'm not just whipping those pictures out for any old person. You're gonna have to let us know. You hear that audio still?
Yeah, but now it just stopped.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it is weird. There it is.
BTs, man. The BTs are they're in there. I can put a whole new audio thing in, so it's not that. I don't know.
No.
Okay, either way, let's see what we got in the comments. Does anybody have any other questions or stuff? I was willing to stay on here a little bit longer, but we have run out of questions. Here's one. Pisces 101. Such good content when getting out of a toxic relationship. In-laws can sometimes be a cult-like structure. Yeah, anything that is... I was thinking about this the other day because, I'm in like 3 other cults besides the Scientology. I'm in I like collect memorabilia for a band that I listen to a lot. So I have a lot of their stuff. And
if you don't know which band, pay close attention, people.
Yeah, there's a cabinet behind me that's got a few records or so in it. But these people that do this, we are our own little group of people, and we know other people that do that. And there's even a convention that happens every year in Los Angeles where everybody who sells collections and items they put in there. But if you're in a group that doesn't let you do what you want to do and they tell you what you have to do, well, that might be a cult that you don't want to be part of. If they're making you do stuff that you don't want to do, and you can't just leave if you want. And so, yeah, I know there's people that watch the channel because they got out of a bad relationship or they were in another cult. So anyway, I'm looking in the comments here, guys. Thanks for that question. Claire wins again. Marc should show better pictures. Marc should know better pictures.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, Lindsay. Lindsay 61.
But it is an amazing story. Like for context, we were married at Celebrity Center. It was a Search ceremony, a Scientology ceremony, and the photographer who took the photos was a Scientologist, and we never got copies of those until 25 years later. Randomly, some person that was an under the radar person happened to come into possession of them and sent us negatives. Yes.
Yeah. It's so bizarre to me. I still don't understand the story. The person who took the pictures, the Scientology photographer that took the pictures, as far as I know, she passed away. And somehow the negatives, her negatives, ended up with another person, and somehow that person looked at the negatives and recognized people from 20 years ago in those pictures and then knew exactly where to send them. So, and
not only that, knew how to contact us. I mean, it's
like, that's what I'm saying. They knew exactly where to send them.
So crazy. And then even our wedding video, that was one of the few things that they never gave to us. Scientology never gave to us.
We did have in our possession.
We had a copy of the video of our wedding, and 3 months after we escaped, which is a whole other story for another day, they gave us everything. Basically, they loaded it all into a Penske truck, and gave it to Marc. But one of the only things that they never gave us was our wedding video. And my step grandma, when she passed away, one of the family members was going through all of her belongings, and wouldn't you know it, somehow randomly, my mother had sent my step grandma a copy of our wedding video. So again, after 30 years, we got it back. So it's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, here's a good question from Shannon Royce. Shannon says, question, you were saying that Psys don't drink, but I recall Janice saying that LRH would drink glasses of rum. So is no drinking a newer thing? Well, no. In Scientology, thank you for that, Shannon. That's a great question. Scientologists can drink, but if you are a good Scientologist, like a rule follower Scientologist, then you're not supposed to do any drinking or drugs within 24 hours of going on doing Scientology study or doing Scientology counseling. So that really means that you can only drink on like Friday night, because
but she's asking about Hubbard.
Well,
Hubbard
I know
was a do as I say, not as I do kind of a person. You have to factor that in.
Yeah, he wasn't getting any counseling or doing any studying. He was writing the nonsense they were studying, so he could drink whenever he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, why do we think there were drugs in his system on his, death certificate? Come on now, or his whatever it was.
Yeah, so Scientologists can drink. The rule follower ones don't do so generally. They may have a drink socially on the weekend or something like that, but usually during the week, they do not imbibe, and in most Scientologists would not. You're not allowed to smoke. You're not allowed to smoke marijuana or any of that kind of stuff. You can smoke cigarettes. They smoke cigarettes like they're going out of style, but they don't smoke anything other than cigarettes. Usually, the rule followers certainly do not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got mind wiped now. Somebody was that question reminded me of something else, and now it's totally gone. I was going to say something. Casey,
there you
Casey, question: did some items get removed from the merch shop? I thought there was a mug with a Cracker SPTV on one side and SPTV Crew on the other side. I can't find it now. Yeah, we added so many new things that some merch that was in other stores, I took it out of our store. So if you wanted it, you could go to somebody else's store. So there was so many things in there that if it was a low seller or somebody else had it in their store, I just took it out to make room for other stuff.
Yep.
Fancy Pants says, of course we want to see the wedding pics.
Fancy Pants. I love the name. Fancy Pants RN. I love it.
Wedding pics, please hit the like, people.
Yay, come on now. It's so funny because, anyway, whatever. Those pictures were taken a very long time ago. And it's funny that it's like our wedding was like a Munchkin wedding. Like, other than the minister, because it was you and me, obviously. Your sister was my maid of honor, and she was the same age as me. Your younger brother was your best man, and he was like, what, 8?
Yeah.
And then my sister...
And I hadn't seen him in like 7 years.
Yeah. And then my younger sisters were our bridesmaids, and my younger brother was the ring bearer. Anyway, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Matt Elliott again. Matt says, question, are they still harassing your customers? If they are, my customers aren't telling me about it. I think whatever the wave they sent out, a lot of the customers, wrote in or called or whatever. We had a good laugh over it. Or they said next time, they sent a picture of me passed out on Hollywood Boulevard. That's what they sent to my customers. So a bunch of my customers like, dude, the next time you're in town, I want to meet that dude. Okay, not the dude that's been coming. I want to meet the passed out on Hollywood. I want to meet that guy.
They're still doing it to my customers too, but
yeah,
whatever. We're gonna keep on keeping on.
It is what it is.
Yep.
Rick Dyer, thank you for this super sticker, Rick. Audrey, you remained a wonderful team of spouses. Thank you. Congrats. Yes, thank you for that, Audrey. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Audrey.
The thing that I was thinking about was you were saying L. Ron Hubbard, there's 100% chance that L. Ron Hubbard was either doing drugs or drinking when he wrote a lot of the stuff that he wrote in his later years.
Oh, yeah.
Or he was heavily medicated at the time.
Oh, totally. Mission Earth, most of it is literally like...
no, Mission Earth is space porn. I don't know if anybody knows that or not. That's exactly what Mission Earth is.
You nailed it.
L. Ron Hubbard wrote space
There's
porn.
an old guy, Sultan Grease, who...
No. You don't have to say anything, Claire. You are the demonetized king of the universe. I said it. If anybody wants to find out what L. Ron Hubbard wrote about, just go get a Mission Earth from somewhere. Go to the secondhand store. You can read Mission Earth. That's what it is. I
just said somebody's name.
I know, but that guy did all kinds of things that we don't want to hear about on this channel. Okay.
I wasn't going to say it.
Anyway, he has characters in his stories that there's videos of on the internet right now. You can go watch them. You don't have to read L. Ron Hubbard.
The name was Teeny Whopper.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, that's what I was worried about. That's exactly the one I was worried you were going to talk about.
It's a name.
I know. We don't want to. Anyway, so L. Ron Hubbard was writing that, and this is the best part. L. Ron Hubbard was writing all that space porn. He didn't write OT 9 and 10 for Scientology. He didn't write any of the other OT levels, but he did write the space porn. So it's the funny thing is that they don't have Scientology, the upper levels.
He didn't get to that target on his battle plan. He was able to write crazy, crazy, crazy science fiction. He just couldn't, the OT levels go from 1 to, what was it, 15? 15, it goes to 15. And he only did up to 8. And even 8 is questionable. Whatever. He was probably...
He phoned it in on 8 too.
Yeah, he did.
Or they made up 8. That's another good possibility too.
They may or may not have correctly interpreted his notes. We don't really know. So
Okay, back to the thing here. We're gonna do a few more questions and then we'll do one last giveaway and then we're out. Pamela Crawford, have you had your house swept for listening devices? Pamela, we have. Thank you for asking us.
We have?
Yeah, I have a little scanner. I have a little
You know,
a
what I
real
was going
thing.
to say to that was like, there's nothing I'm saying that anyone's going to care about. I mean,
Oh, if they had mics in our houses, they would have a field day, but it wouldn't be anything more than like the pictures of me on Hollywood Boulevard. It's just like, I'm just doing normal human stuff. You know,
yeah,
everything that humans do, I do that. We do that. That's what we like to do over here. Human stuff.
yeah,
Hill
human stuff.
10 FAP, aka CO BILF, CO BILF traffic. Yes. You know, it's funny that you say that, but that is one of the things in our little cipher is that traffic is anything where either L. Ron Hubbard or David Miscavige wrote to somebody. So if somebody said, do you know anything about this property from 30 years ago that L. Ron Hubbard, you could say, oh, there's some traffic on that from LRH where he talked about that. Or vice versa. Oh yeah, there's some traffic from COB where he talked about this. That's how how COB members talk. They say, do you have any traffic on this? Or even, have you answered any of your traffic?
Yeah.
Or do you have things that need to go into the daily traffic to COB?
Yeah.
Like if you have a report, oh, that's another thing that I got to write this in there. So a lot of these things that are being reported up to Dave, everybody is siloed in Scientology. So OSA is a silo. CST is a silo. What's the other one? ASI is a silo. So these are all their own little organizations. And somebody there at each major like data silo in Scientology, someone is responsible for reporting up everything that happened under their purview. So anything that happened in the world of ASI or any ongoing projects or any new ASI is author services. It's the literary agent for L. Ron Hubbard. So they're the ones that are releasing books and doing Writers of the Future contests and all this sort of front group nonsense. They are reporting up daily to David Miscavige of all the things that are happening. And so is the Church of Spiritual Technology, CST. Those are the ones that put everything on stainless steel plates and put dig the bunkers in the side of the mountainsides and seal all of L. Ron Hubbard's writings in titanium capsules with argon gas and all this sort of nonsense. Anything that's happening.
And the solar powered cassette tapes because gosh, for goodness gracious, if the entire Earth had been destroyed, you must listen to L. Ron Hubbard lectures.
There's no cassette tapes, babe. They're records. They're gold records. It's a solar-powered record player. Is in one of. They couldn't put a device in there that just has all the files on one, like an iPad. Just put an iPad in there and put it in a. Put it in a what do you call those things? Those coolers everybody's using.
Yeah, and the funny part is if you didn't crank it at the exact right speed, it didn't sound like L. Ron Hubbard anymore.
Oh my God. Anyway, those guys are writing a report to L. Ron Hubbard or to David Miscavige each day. In the old days, it was L. Ron Hubbard. Now it's David Miscavige. So almost all of these files that we have about OSA are a lot of these things that they just be reporting up daily anyway. Mm-hmm. And you can see this is how he manages all of Scientology is these distilled reports, and everybody who's writing these reports is like, they want to give him, like they're the little baby birds. They just want him to feed him. They just want David Miscavige to drop a little worm in their mouth. So they're all giving him the best reports that they can give him. And they're leaving out the stuff they don't want to tell him because they know he's going to send a rocket down. And so anyway, it's really fun, guys. I don't even know how we got into that.
We went deep in the weeds.
Thank you, Rick. I think I already showed that from Rick. Xenu's beast mode. Don't want to be there. Can't do what I want. Always told what to do. I think I work at a cult.
Oh, we're sorry.
Yeah.
We can relate. Xenu's beast mode. We can totally relate. We know what that feels like.
Yeah. If you don't want to be at your job, that's a whole other conversation. But if you're in a group of people that you got to meet up with and you got to talk to and you don't like them and they want you to do things you don't like, that's the group I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Work is work. I love what I do, so I can't say I'm in that camp. Marilyn Honick, happy early anniversary, Mark and Claire. Duncan and I will be married 26 years tomorrow. Congratulations, Marilyn and Duncan.
Yay.
Cheers to marriages that can survive cults. Yeah, that's not a. It is also. Thank you for that, Marilyn. Congratulations to you guys. 26 years is a long time.
Oh, we got you done beat, Marilyn.
Well, yeah, but
31.
also. Yeah, okay. Thank you. We also didn't see each other for several years at a time, so that kind of makes it kind of stretches it out. Yeah, people say you were gone for 3 weeks. He was like, yeah, Claire was gone for 2 years one time. Okay, 2 years.
Yep.
So 3 weeks is not a lot. 3 weeks is a long time for me. It was actually 2.5, and even then I could not wait to get home. JK in Toronto says, best SP couple, loving the Shelley series. Claire and Mark always makes me laugh. Great work with great humor. Yeah, thank you, JK in Toronto. Thank you. That's very generous, even for Toronto standards. That's a lot of Canadian dough sent our way. Thank you for that.
And hey, shout out to Liz Ferris in the chat. Hey, Liz, thanks for joining us.
Oh, good. Awesome. Liz is in there.
Yes.
If I see one fly by, I'll highlight it, or you can star one if you see one that you think would be good.
I will. Yep.
It's not that common to be married in Scientology, escape Scientology, and then stay with that person. That is very uncommon, especially in the Sea organization. Yeah,
that's like having 2 marriages, one in the Sea Org and one out of the Sea Org.
That's exactly what it is. Hit the nail on the head. Alexander Champagne. Question, would you consider a special episode only on the Aftermath Foundation action since it begins? Your best cases, perhaps? Well, that's the thing, Alexander. A lot of the people that we've helped, if they want to tell their story, then they've told it. For the most part, they've gone on other channels or they've done something. There's some people that we've helped, and they're not necessarily, and a lot of the people that we're helping, we don't want to do a show with them. We don't want to. That's not the time. That's not the time to be doing YouTube videos. That's the time where your life there's a major sea change happening in your life, and you are not prepared for that in most cases, especially if you were a Sea Org member from when you were young and to old. You've never operated in the real world. You don't need to be worrying about videos.
And also it's not a prerequisite for the Aftermath Foundation to help somebody that they speak out, because in most cases the person has to be ready to do that themselves on their own terms, and we will never require that of somebody. It's just not, it's a very personal decision to speak out. It's not for everybody, and we don't judge people for any of that. So
yes, exactly. Anyway, so the video we're doing is a video that the person that we helped would never have put together, but we thought that it was a very touching story, and because we've worked on it for, like I said, over a decade, we thought that it would be a very good way to show a very isolated case that needed special attention, and it couldn't be done with just the Aftermath Foundation. So we teamed up with other people, and this is a result of that. And if that can get the word out for the Aftermath Foundation, then we think it was worth doing. And we think you're going to love the video, and when we get it out, everyone's got to share it and tweet it and, send it to your people they're like, what are you watching? Oh, watch this. It's really cool. Caroline Wilson says, doesn't Davey finding out and contacting your clients constitute stalking? We think so. Yes, we think that is crossing the line of the formal cult scope. We think they're limited in their scope. Cranky Scientist, we are normal human beings doing normal human stuff. Dude, now you sound like an alien. That is right, Cranky Scientist. We are normal humans doing normal human stuff. Please do not bother us. Sweet and Salty, what is a COB? A COB is a chairman of the board, and that is what we refer to in these Spy File documents. They're referring to Davey Miscavige, Captain Davey Miscavige, the chairman of the board Religious Technology Center, or as he's generally known as within Scientology, COBRTC.
Check your local Yelp reviews. We do not recommend interacting with this person. So
watching says, it must have been Mission Earth that threw away and discussed years ago. I didn't know who Hubbard was, but the book was so I need a shower nasty that I didn't want to finish it. That's what I'm telling you. Nobody ever talks about this. I don't know why. When I was in the Sea Org and I was reading, because in the Sea Org, you're encouraged. If you're going to read anything, you got to read L. Ron Hubbard things. And I picked up a Mission Earth and I was going through it and I was like, this is insane. Like,
Yeah.
this guy that wrote Scientology wrote this nonsense. I'm telling you guys, somebody's got to do some videos on it. I would love to, but I was even thinking of loading them into, if somebody wants to do this, you can do it. I'm never going to get to it. If you take the text of one of these Hubbard books and just put it into AI and have the AI read it.
Start with Mission Earth Volume 4. That is absolutely the most disgusting thing ever.
Oh, that's worse than the other ones?
That is hands down. Like, I read it when I was 13 years old, and I cannot believe my parents let me read it. It was really bad. So bad. I will not say another word because
Claire's saying Mission Earth Volume 4. There's 10 volumes of Mission Earth.
Anyone who knows me knows I have a really good memory. I could start rattling off characters and things that happened, no problem, and I'm not going to because you're going to give me that look again. It's really bad.
Okay, good. Mission Earth Volume 4. All you internet sleuths, get in there and find something. And I guarantee you, whatever sentences you find that are worthy, clip them, read them, and clip them, and it'll be a good video. People are going to go, what the heck? Captain Davy Tiny Whopper. Captain Davy Tiny Whopper. I don't know. That's not a bad one.
I still like Captain Davy Troll of the Hole.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. Colette, hope this makes your day. My mom, who only looks at Christian links on Facebook, got a link on her feed about Shelley Miscavige being missing. The news is reaching far and wide. Yes, they were talking about it on a religious show about the whole Where's Shelley thing. It's all over the place. I had no idea. Liz Ferris, hello. Hello, Liz. Thanks for joining us.
We love you, Liz.
Liz is doing so great.
Grateful you reached out to us, Liz. You have no idea.
Yeah. Blackmail. Do you think? Oh, that's blackmail. Okay. Thank you. From Mexico, I guess. Do you think Scientology teachings help you to be this successful? Because many of you are doing really good. I admire all you do. Keep going.
I have a good answer to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good answer to that.
Hopefully it's my same answer.
No. So I've had actually many conversations with some very good friends of ours over the years about this. And I used to think that, like, oh, we were, trained from a very young age to work really long hours and work really hard. But the fact of the matter is, to me now, in all of our experiences, I would say the catalyst of leaving that and having to start our lives over again is what drove me personally to work incredibly hard and to be successful at what I do, starting from absolutely nothing, like not even a high school diploma. So I will say that, we just go, if you're starting your life over and you were in a really shitty situation, there's really nothing you can't do really well at and work really hard at. And when it's your own, every day is your own freedom of choice to do whatever you want, then the sky's the limit, really.
Good answer.
Yeah, thanks, honey.
Yeah. I think when people ask me, I just tell them, when you're training these fighters, when they're training, like UFC fighters, when they're training for a fight, they go in the water and they carry rocks. Like at the beach, they go just in the 10 feet into the ocean and they carry rocks and they put weight belts on and they do that. If you're operating in life and Scientology's in your life, they're like 100 pounds of weight on you and they're with you always. And when you get rid of that weight, it's amazing how much you can do when you don't have all that just weighing on you.
Yep.
Captain Davy T.O.B., Troll of the Board. Oh, that's a good one, too.
Oh,
Troll of the Board.
Good.
Kimberly,
you knocked it out of the park. T.O.B.
You done good on that one.
Oh, my gosh. Troll of the Board.
Troll of the Board.
Oh, my gosh. That's why I love this amazing community.
Kimberly, thank you for that. I
So
appreciate that.
creative.
Lori Play says, all of you have an incredibly great work ethics, but it's not Scientology teaching. It's being driven like slaves. It doesn't hurt that we were working. Well, that's the other thing. Imagine now, imagine working. Well, I mean, some days, it wasn't always, for sure. We worked, I want to say a normal day was a 16 to 18 hour day. That's just a normal day.
Normal
right?
day. Yeah.
16 to 18 hours. There were a lot of 20-hour days and there was a lot of 24-hour days. But if you're working 18-hour days or 16-hour days and then you have that weight on you and then you go out, like sometimes when we don't work, like if we don't work till dinner time, we're like phoning it in. You know what I'm saying? Like if we cut out like at 4:30, it's like, oh, I'm going to leave a half an hour early today.
Happy hour somewhere, folks, right? Just like I love that we have that freedom to, and I have it even more so. I work from home, so
yeah, we're both our own bosses.
Where I'm sitting is where I work day in and day out. But I was going to say, do you ever remember? Because I remember this distinctly. Sometimes having it like life was so bad that the only relief, the only momentary relief, would be in the hour here or there that I was asleep. Did you have that?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Sleeping was, anytime a nap, you could get a nap, or I did not have problem sleeping when I was there. That's for sure. Exhaustion is always a good sleep aid. John Satowski says, Captain Dirty Davy Doll. That is so good. Captain Dirty Davy Doll. I really like that one. The C triple D.
C triple D.
C triple D. It just rolls off the tongue. Captain Dirty Davy Doll. Captain Dirty Davy Doll. Captain Dirty Davy Doll. If you'd like to order your Captain Dirty Davy Doll, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to jump to conclusions because the next one could be even better. Stephen Britton says, what was Davy's daily uniform when it int? That's a great question, Stephen. Thank you for that. Dave would wear, in the 90s, he would wear a Sea Org uniform like everybody else did. And this was a normal thing. He had his Sea Org uniform. RTC had their own kind of nicer than everybody else uniforms, but they looked very, very similar to everyone else's uniforms.
Yeah, they were the same color shirts. They were just made out of Egyptian cotton kind of thing.
Yeah, they were the same color scheme, just not made from the trash our poor outfits were made from. When you're in RTC, you're not one of the poors. When you any other part of the C organization, besides like CST, ASI, CST, and RTC, they were the very top. A little bit of the international management guys like Watchdog Committee and CMON, a little bit of them would have nice stuff, but then below that, it was trash. IAS sometimes had nice stuff, but and then in the mid 90s, late 90s, he got a hair up his backside and he didn't want to wear the same uniform as us. And RTC had all their uniforms redesigned in the 90s.
To be like police, black, all black.
Yeah, because Religious Technology Center is the police organization of Scientology. That is what L. Ron Hubbard stated. They are the police.
The Inspector General Network.
Yeah. So RTC, and a lot of people don't actually understand that. David Miscavige is the head of the Scientology Stasi. He is the head of the Stasi in Scientology. So he is the head of Scientology, but he's also the head of the Scientology police organization as well. So if he doesn't get you coming in this way, he'll get you going out this way. He's gonna deal with you one way or the other, and you're gonna be in his sights. But so it became a thing where we would wear Sea Org uniforms every day of the week except for Saturday when we would do the renovations at the property. And on that day, we'd wear what was called civvies or civilian clothes. And on that day, David Miscavige would wear his Sea Org uniform. But every other day of the week, David Miscavige would wear civilian clothes. So if he was at the Int base, he was always wearing civilian clothes, except for on Saturday when everyone else was wearing their Sea Org uniforms during the week. And then on Saturday, we wear civilian clothes. then he would change into his Sea Org uniform. It was the weirdest thing. And then in the later days, he just did whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted. So I don't know what he does these days, but he has very tailored. All his stuff is super tailored, and it fits tight and shows off his muscles and all that good stuff.
Muscles. You said muscles.
Stephanie Sandoval says, "Love you guys." Thank you, Stephanie. We love you too.
Thank you, Stephanie.
The Gestapo also wear black. Yeah, Gestapo, Stasi, whatever you want to call. RTC is Lauren. Thank you for the super sticker. Oh no. Whoa, that's so weird. Oh, it's below it.
When
Lauren
is Goldie going to be interviewed? We would love to see her on the other side of the video. I completely agree. Goldie has an open invite. She knows how to reach me. I've thrown it out there.
Yeah.
I am ready when she is.
Okay, there you go, Goldie.
Yep.
If you want to hear from Goldie, then tell Goldie.
Tell Goldie.
We've already told her.
I've told her. Yep.
Let's see. Nate Miniatures. Mark, would love to see you and Relatable re-spanter. You both crack me up. I would love to see someone get an LRH record and do some rap scratching. Oh, that's such a great idea. I don't know if we're ever going to see one of those gold records. We're going to have an apocalyptic event in order to get our access to those. Because that's another thing. When those bases, when the end of the world happens, those bases are supposed to be where Scientology can be restarted from. So there's multiple bases in case a bunch are destroyed. Hopefully one or more will make it. And then when you get there, I'm not sure exactly how we're supposed to get into that thing. Maybe they leaving instructions for people.
Honey, you're not supposed to ask too many questions. You know,
but
you just
I know where all of them are, and I've been to them as well. So I've even been to the one in New Mexico, in Trementina.
Oh my
gosh. In the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the desert.
Didn't you go there with John Sweeney?
With John Sweeney, Book of Fear. Read Book of Fear by John Sweeney if you want to hear about the Marc and John go to in the middle of the desert to a secret Scientology compound. There's actually a video, the Book of Fear trailer I videoed for John Sweeney. And that's another thing. I should pull out that footage.
You totally should. That was crazy, crazy footage.
Like 2 days of footage from that trip somewhere on an archive drive. Anyway, thanks for that, whoever asked about that or said something. Second ever super chat. Sent one to Aaron for Surge. Rock on. Thank you, Judy Cutter One. We appreciate it. Rock on to you too. Biggest and Hummingbird says biggest accomplishment is recovering from a significant stroke. Yikes! Wow. Yeah, if you could do that, then Colt is a Tuesday. Yeah. Okay, I think we're almost at 1,500 people in here right now. Thank you guys.
Yay.
I think I'm itching to do another giveaway. I'm gonna hit a few more questions and then we'll do a giveaway. Yeah, we'll do another giveaway. I love giveaways. I've been gone. I've been out of the tube for like 3 weeks. So I had,
it's been so lonely here without you, honey.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What is that? What? The UK question. The UK government is being sued by groups that say they are religions. Scientology is one. Okay. Well, Scientology should not be suing anybody. They're the ones that need to get the suing. Okay, if you say so. I don't know about this, but anybody from the UK in here, let me know.
Yep.
Diana left the COS without their approval. You should buy Marc's book. Yeah, Diana, whoever you are, is at Diana left the Church of Scientology without that. You should buy Marc's book. Okay, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Yep. I don't know. Someone's in here. BFG. Yeah, BFG loves DM. Yeah, Depeche Mode, not David Miscavige. What else do we got? Of course, there is a lot of people in here today. Yeah, 1,500. We're up to 1,500, guys. Get in there.
Hey, it's time for the giveaway.
Let's do a giveaway, and then we're tapping out. Okay, so I'm catching up to all the comments here. Whatever you guys want, book, merch, whatever you need, whatever you want. Get in there in the chat and tell me what you want, what you really, really want. And
wait a minute. Stop it. You're putting songs in my head.
And skadoosh. Selena Michelle. Book me.
That's amazing.
There you go. See?
So it's always nice when we pick
manifest.
a regular. Yes.
Manifest. manifest the merch, manifest the book. I don't know if that's a thing. Do people do that? Do they say manifest, or do they just do the manifesting?
I don't know.
Selena Michelle, you know what to do. You know the drill. Get on the email. Get on the horn. Send an email over to claire@blownforgood.com. Let her know you won, and then she will hook you up.
Yep.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having us. Thanks for everybody who watched till the very end. If you want to, we'll do all the end stuff. All copies of Blown for Good purchased through blownforgood.com will be signed by myself and Claire. You can also just go right to the merch store. Xenu is my homeboy. Hail Xenu. Save Bob Ferris. Where is Shelly? There's
coming tonight, Claire Bear.
Claire Bear merch. There's all kinds of, there's t-shirts, there's mugs, there's mouse pads, there's hats, there's all kinds of nonsense. There's stickers. So we sold more. I think we sell more stickers than anything else. The stickers are very popular with you folks. But you can get that. You can also support the Aftermath Foundation. We talked a lot about the Aftermath Foundation. There you go. You can support the Aftermath Foundation by going to theaftermathfoundation.org. And you can also sign up you can donate there, or you can actually sign up to be a volunteer there. And we'll put you on the list in case somebody busts out near you and we need your help. We can do it. And then bobbleheads and SP bracelets can be gotten at the spshop.com. And that is everything that's purchased at the spshop.com goes to support the Aftermath Foundation. And there's some bobbleheads over there, and there's some SP bracelets. And we have got a new shipment of bobbleheads, Mike Rinder bobbleheads, coming in, because I think we're down to like the last 30 or 40 that we have, and we got a whole nother shipment coming in.
You weren't supposed to say that, honey.
It's all good. It's all good. Somebody wants a bobblehead, order a bobblehead. I know. I just was going down the list. I did it. It's done. I did it. Let's get this banner off of here, and then let's close out this. Let's close this thing down. I can't even. There we go. Is that it? Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think we did it. I think we did another.
We did it. We're good. We
Thanks,
got back
guys.
in the groove. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us on Twitter or YouTube or podcast or wherever you're listening from today. Thank you very much. We will see you next time.
Bye.